In a world where digital currencies and the stock market are hitting records one day and crashing the next, you might be wondering, is there a safer place for my money? Well, you've come to the right place. We've witnessed extreme fluctuations in the global economy as recently as 2023, thanks to everything from the ups and downs of cryptocurrency movements, geopolitical tensions producing a stir in the market, and the age-old challenge known as inflation. It's no surprise that keeping your hard-earned money safe and growing is becoming a more difficult task. But don't worry, we're going off the proven path of traditional banking, equities, and bonds today. We'll travel through the less explored but fascinating world of alternative assets, which provide safety and exciting potential for growth. But before we start, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and stay updated with our valuable content every week. Safe haven currencies. In a world often rocked by economic turbulence, one investment vehicle stands out for its relative stability: safe haven currencies. What is a safe haven currency? It's a currency that investors flock to during times of market instability or uncertainty. They are generally countries with strong economies, robust financial systems, and relatively low inflation rates, which ensure their value remains stable or may even appreciate when global markets are stormy. Examples include the Swiss franc, the Japanese yen, and often the US dollar. But why? Let's take the Swiss franc for instance. Switzerland's long-standing reputation for political neutrality, robust economy, and stringent monetary policy makes it a preferred choice for investors during times of uncertainty. Similarly, the Japanese yen, backed by Japan's significant net foreign assets, is another favored safe haven currency. The US dollar's position as the world's primary reserve currency often gives it a safe haven status. But it's not just about safety. Investing in safe haven currencies can be profitable too. When the demand for these currencies rises during a crisis, their value tends to appreciate, presenting a potential profit-making opportunity. However, it's crucial to remember that while safe haven currencies offer a layer of protection, they are not risk-free. Currency markets can be influenced by a wide range of factors, including geopolitical events, economic policies, interest rates, and even natural disasters. Therefore, it's essential to keep a close eye on the global economic landscape if you choose to invest in safe haven currencies. So have you considered diversifying your portfolio with these currencies? If not, maybe it's time to explore this avenue. And if you've already dipped your toes in these waters before, do let us know in the comment section below about your experience and any tips you might have for fellow investors. Industrial commodities. Have you ever thought about why civilizations throughout history have been obsessed with gold? Why is it that people from different cultures, separated by time and geography, have all valued this shiny metal? Well, the answer lies in its enduring value, and that's what brings us to our next alternative asset: industrial commodities. Industrial commodities refer to physical substances or raw materials used in the production of goods and services, including metals like gold, silver, copper, and energy sources like oil and natural gas. These commodities have intrinsic value. They are used in various industries and are always in demand. Gold and silver, for instance, have been used as a form of currency for thousands of years. They are finite resources, cannot be manufactured, and are impervious to factors such as inflation and economic downturns. Hence, they are often considered as a store of value. In times of economic uncertainty, investors flock to gold and silver as a safe haven investment, causing their prices to appreciate. Similarly, industrial metals like copper, aluminum, and zinc are essential in various sectors, including construction, transportation, and consumer goods. They are economic indicators of sorts. Their demand and prices often reflect the health of manufacturing sector and global economic growth. It's important to note that investing in commodities isn't without risks. Prices can be volatile and can be influenced by factors such as supply and demand dynamics, geopolitical tensions, and even weather patterns. However, with careful consideration and diversification, investing in industrial commodities can offer a hedge against inflation and a potential for high returns. Now, doesn't this make you look at your gold jewelry or the copper wires in your home a little differently? If you're intrigued by the prospect of investing in industrial commodities, let's delve deeper and explore how they can add a new dimension to your investment portfolio. Sovereign guarantee. Sovereign guarantee, now that's a term that may sound daunting to some, but I assure you, it's not as complex as it seems. Simply put, a sovereign guarantee is a promise by a government to discharge the liability of a third-party asset in case of their default. It's like the government saying, "Don't worry, we got your back." And this assurance can be a source of comfort for investors, particularly in volatile times. Investments with sovereign guarantees are typically government bonds, also known as treasuries. Governments issue these bonds to raise funds for various public projects or to finance deficits. Because these bonds are backed by the full faith and credit of the government, they're seen as virtually risk-free, making them a popular choice among conservative investors. Consider U.S. Treasury bonds, for example. These are considered among the safest investments worldwide because they're backed by the U.S. government. And it's not just about safety, they also offer periodic interest payments and return the face value of the bond at maturity. Similarly, other countries issue their bonds, each with their level of risk and return, usually reflecting the country's economic health. For example, bonds issued by stable governments like Germany or Canada are generally seen as safe, whereas bonds from countries with less stable economies may carry higher risk but also higher returns. But remember, while the risk of default on these bonds is minimal, they're not entirely risk-free. They're subject to interest rate risk. When interest rates rise, bond prices fall and vice versa. Plus, if you invest in bonds from a foreign country, you're also exposed to currency risk. So if you're looking for a relatively safe investment that can provide steady returns, government bonds could be a viable option for you. And if this section sparked your interest in sovereign guarantees, make sure to hit the like button to let us know. Value stock mutual funds. Have you ever found a great product on sale and thought, wow, that's a bargain? If yes, then you already grasp the basic principle of value investing. It's all about finding undervalued stocks, shares in companies that you believe the market has overlooked. And one way to do this is through value stock mutual funds. Value stock mutual funds are a type of mutual fund that invests in companies that fund managers believe are undervalued. These companies often have lower price-to-earnings or PE ratios and may pay dividends. They may be companies going through a rough patch or those that are not currently in favor with investors, but they have solid fundamentals and a potential for growth. Investing in individual value stocks can require a lot of research and financial knowledge. That's where value stock mutual funds come in. They provide diversification as they invest in many different companies and are managed by professional fund managers who have the expertise and resources to analyze and select stocks. Take the example of Warren Buffett, one of the most famous value investors of our time. His company, Berkshire Hathaway, follows a value investing strategy, often investing in companies that are undervalued by the market but have strong fundamentals and a potential for growth. It's important to remember that value investing isn't without risks. There's always a chance that the companies don't live up to their potential or their stocks continue to be undervalued. However, for patient investors, value stock mutual funds can be a way to achieve potentially higher returns over the long run. So are you ready to go bargain hunting in the stock market? Let us know in the comments section if you're considering value stock mutual funds as part of your investment strategy. Land real estate. Alright, moving on to a tangible and enduring asset, land real estate. Ever heard of the saying, buy land, they're not making it anymore? Well, that quote is famously attributed to Mark Twain, and it encapsulates why land can be such a valuable asset. The world's population is growing, but the amount of land isn't, making land real estate an inherently limited resource. This is particularly true in areas experiencing population growth or economic development, where the demand for land can significantly increase over time. Buying land is about more than just owning a piece of the earth. It's an investment opportunity that can provide a range of financial benefits. For instance, you can lease the land to generate a steady stream of income. Farmers, businesses, and advertisers are often in need of land for various purposes and are willing to pay for its use. Alternatively, you can choose to hold on to the land and wait for its value to appreciate over time. Depending on where your land is located, this could turn out to be incredibly profitable. For instance, think about those who purchased land in areas that have since become commercial hotspots or luxury residential areas. Then there's the possibility of developing the land yourself. You could construct residential properties, commercial spaces, or even a farm, depending on the nature and location of the land. Of course, it's crucial to keep in mind that investing in land is not without risks. The land might depreciate due to various reasons, such as a decline in the local economy, natural disasters, or changes in zoning regulations. Furthermore, purchasing land involves a significant amount of capital and is not a liquid investment, meaning it may take time to sell when you want to exit your investment. However, with careful research and strategic selection, investing in land real estate could reap substantial rewards over the long term. If owning a piece of the earth sounds intriguing to you, let us know by hitting the like button. Collectibles. For our final asset category, let's step into the fascinating world of collectibles. Collectibles are items considered valuable due to their rarity, age, or cultural significance. They can range from coins, stamps, vintage cars, wine, art, antiques, to more contemporary items like rare comic books, sports memorabilia, or even certain toys. Investing in collectibles can be an exciting way to diversify your investment portfolio, particularly if you're passionate about the items you're collecting. For instance, imagine owning a rare piece of art that also appreciates in value over time. That's killing two birds with one stone, enjoying your investment while it potentially makes money for you. Collectibles often do not correlate with traditional asset classes like stocks or bonds, meaning their prices can rise even when the stock market is falling. They can, therefore, offer a hedge against market volatility. Some collectibles have also outperformed traditional investments over the long term. For example, certain classic cars and pieces of art have sold for millions, reaping enormous profits for their owners. However, investing in collectibles is not without its challenges. It requires deep knowledge about the items, their market, and factors affecting their value. Unlike stocks or bonds, collectibles do not provide dividends or interest. Their value lies in their potential to appreciate over time, which isn't always guaranteed. Also, the market for collectibles can be illiquid, and it may take time to find the right buyer willing to pay the price you want. Therefore, you should only invest money you can afford to tie up for a while. And remember, authenticity is paramount in this market, so ensure proper due diligence and verification. So if you have a passion for rare or vintage items, investing in collectibles could be both personally rewarding and financially beneficial. Let us know in the comments if you're a collector or if you're considering this unique form of investment. So there you have it, folks. 6 promising assets that can give your old cash stash a much-needed makeover. Remember, diversification is the key to a resilient portfolio. So why wait? It's time to dive into these exciting investment avenues and see your wealth grow. If you found this video useful, be sure to hit the like button and share it with your friends and family. Let's make the most of our hard-earned money together. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be the first to know when we drop